Jordan-Hare Stadium, one of the most intimidating and passionate environments in all of college football. More than 87,000 will be watching that eagle fly overhead and getting set to back their beloved Auburn Tigers. And the Demon Deacons will boot it away to start the game. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Auburn's offense will get the first swing of the game. And here's the man they'll try to feed the football to no matter what the coverage looks like, Jesse.
He's their best player on offense, and I like the way this coaching staff moves him around and tries to create good matchups to take advantage of, David.
And that makes it so hard to defend. When a receiver lines up in the same spot every time, I can bring extra coverage. Man, use this guy all over the field as a weapon of mass destruction.
They'll go to the ground. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. The Tigers are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. Now on 1st down from the 28. The give on the inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. On the move, it's Jordan. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Auburn sends out the punting unit. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So Wake Forest's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. 2 physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Yeah, 2 alphas, 2 guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, quarterback, wide receiver. Let's see this throw now.
Working that left side now. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Hold it. Open.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong?
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. The Demon Deacons will punt this one away. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on 1 time. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And that is an all too familiar sight. Listen, this team won last week, but they gave up 4 sacks. They got to protect this young man early in this game. Don't set the tone, and let's not go back to last week.
From the gun, the running back has it. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Fires the pass, intercepted. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
3rd and Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass coverage. You can tell the offense was trying to force it, trying to get that 1st down, makes the big mistake.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They go right back to it. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Holding. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They'll go to the toss. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run, so now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
Tackled after picking up the 1st down. And the Demon Deacons come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Got his man downfield. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. And the Tigers headed quickly to the line. They go to the ground. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man down the middle. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quarterback on the keeper. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. send out the punt team.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his second interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Now on the option. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. Off play action. And that one's incomplete. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Looking for space. It's Wade. Turns it on at midfield. They finally make the stop. Is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. The Demon Deacons are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the wideout. And this senior quarterback a little too bold there, and he's lucky he didn't get picked off throwing into double coverage. Here comes the offense on second down. Trying to turn the corner on the right. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
If you want to test the physicality of a defense, get the toss play going. Get the outside run game working, because those DBs are going to have to find ways to fight off blocks, and you're going to find out just how badly these little guys want to put their face in the fan.
They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Pushing ahead, a tough run, picks up 4, it's down at the 15. Solid pickup of 4 on first down, it's 2nd and 6. They feed him again. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wake.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. Takes a handoff. It's Jordan. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 10.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on run.
Slips a tackle, and he's got room. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. The Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making it.
And he can find a receiver, and down he goes.
I like the defense there and their mentality. After getting gashed on the ground, they just turn the page and they generate the pass rush the very
He's got it on the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. That was a good read there. Not the biggest gain in the world, David, but take up the space they're going to give you in the zone.
Yeah, make it easy, man. Make the right decision. If he's open, get it to him, get some positive yards. Basically a run play.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long, this one from the 44. They're trying to get to it. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in place. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
That's a bad sign for the offense. You're trying to throw screen passes to try to negate the pass rush from the defense. That time the pass rush even got home on a screen pass.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Feeling some heat. They get to him as he throws. Ball in the air, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. A brave new world as they make it into the red zone for the first time in this game. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Using the quick game. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection. That lasting 3rd and 3. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. Absolutely perfect.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They're bringing heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Just about set here in the 2nd half as Auburn about to kick it off. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. They go to work in the 3rd quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the 2nd half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the 2nd half, this could be a much different looking football game.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
All right, they showed this in the 1st half, right? Loaded up, ran the football, had some success. What do they do in the 2nd half? Come back now, pull some guys, go the other direction, have success. Great job by the coaching staff.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. They'll run it from the gun. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
That's not surprising. You're going for that every single time. 4th and inches in your opponent's territory. You're trying to get closer and closer to field goal range so you can pay this drive off by scoring points. Nice play call.
Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Morton. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
They just need a few more inches here on 4th down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. No hesitation on that call and no reason not to go for it on 4th and inches.
We're bigger than you, we're tougher than you, we're stronger than you, and we're going to get a push, and they did it right there.
Tight end finds a soft spot, and he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that. Oh, it's out! They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Okay.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Here comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. He's looking to throw. Pumps it downfield. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wake Forest. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit, and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets hyped. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial.
A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. Touchdown, Tiger! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. How about that quarterback taking the shot downfield and delivering to the wide-open receiver?
I love this quarterback, Bruce, because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That defender reacted immediately when he saw the play and just set his hair on fire toward the ball carrier.
And you got to see those plays. Those plays are very fast. It happens quick. There's no fake to a toss. It's pitching down the outside, trying to get to the wide side of the field. Great job by the defense. You got to set those edges by the defensive end, and everybody fly to the finish.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking left. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. He'll do it himself. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Finds the tight end. He... First down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Auburn lines up quickly. He'll ride his man on the option. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give to the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
And the Demon Deacons have this offense rolling. Toss sweep to the left. On the move at the 30. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. The Demon Deacons will line it up on 1st and 10. Extending the play. He'll pull it down. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Man, I love it when my QB not only uses his athletic ability, but uses his head. Nice job here. Nothing open. Don't force the football. You've got the lead. It's the fourth quarter. Nice job taking off and getting the first down.
He's got 93 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. And the he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's right down the boulevard. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Makes the grab. It's Jordan. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Running behind that left side. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Oh, what a move to get open. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? We've reached a 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. The give and the run on 4th down. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. After converting that 4th down on the ground, now let's see what they've got on 1st. Getting some heat. And he can't. He goes. A sack here late in the 4th. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. He's got it. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the sophomore just a little too much on that one.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that.
Running toward the tape. Touchdown, Tiger. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
That is how it's done. In the clutch, in the big time, your offense comes up with a big drive, puts points on the board. Now you tell your kicker, go knock this PAT through, take the lead. Nice execution by this offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this.
Lofts one high and deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Couldn't make the connection on 1st down. Now here on 2nd. He's got his man. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Going up top on 1st down. Pulls it in. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. He would love to have picked up the first down there, but saving the timeouts, saving the clock, much more important right now.
And that could save the game because now I can work the middle of the field still. Now I can still take those shots deep. When I get without timeouts and those start to dwindle, I get very predictable. So great job getting out of bounds.
And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back.
How nice is it as a defense when you've got a corner that can play on an island and be as dominant as this guy has been all game long? We just saw another great example of it right there. Breaking on the ball and knocking it away.
He's taking a deep shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the fourth quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
And I don't think anybody's surprised. Big play. Who do you give it to? The guy you've given it to today, and he's had so much success. You trust him. You know he's getting the football. He delivers for the first down.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Trying to get to it. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Finds a spot in the middle. Running with some authority as he bangs his way to the 43. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. They'll try to pick up a few here on third down, but from here it would be a 60-yard attempt. Caught near the sticks. It's Morton. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Running back searching for a hole. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. And they are coming out for what will be a huge field goal attempt. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. And this one to put them on top, and it is getting late. No good. And guys, not only a miss, but a missed opportunity to take the lead. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation.
Encroachment. Defense.
Defense a little too eager. That's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it seemed to me that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, just never really